So do you want to know how often you should change your power steering fluid? Well, I mean, it's quite often, I think, my personal opinion. The reason being is simply because if you off-road your truck a lot, you might really want to look at changing your power steering a little bit more often. I've changed mine a few times already. I actually also had a leak. It's kind of funny how every maintenance guy I have some sort of a little history with these, so it's kind of great. So anyways, there is no actual maintenance guide or like recommendation of when you should change your power steering fluid. It's simply change it when it's necessary. My recommendation is when you change it out from that factory fluid crap, put ATF fluid in it, simply because when I had this truck, it would whine like horribly. It sounded like a damn Ford with his power steering. It whined so bad in the morning, but it was only for a few seconds. But I was like why? But I heard it's just simply because Toyota puts in stuff that isn't really feasible for the cold weather. So change it out either right away or on a certain mileage of your fluid. Put in ATF fluid, and it's a lot better for you. It won't whine. It's transmission fluid, right? So, I mean, almost all power steering nowadays is run on that. I mean, my Dodge Dakota ran on that. I could use transmission fluid for like 3 different items. I think it was the transfer case, transmission, and power steering fluid. So keep that in mind there. So how often should you change it? Well, I would change it about every probably 15 to 20,000 miles or about 30,000 kilometers. So about every second or third oil change. Similar to the brake fluid. If you are off-roading a lot, if you're not really, again, this comes down to like simple as the oil changes. How are you abusing your truck? And also, what kind of tires are you running too? This truck of mine has been on 10-ply tires for about 95% of its life. So I've been turning heavy tires from like a month in. Because I had the stock tires for probably a month or two before I traded them off for another set. So it worked out nicely. And that's when I had 2 65, 75, 16 Toyo MTs. And they may not be big, but it's a 10-ply tire and it's 60-some pounds. So it was quite heavy. So keep that in mind. So it comes down to your abuse on the truck, because if you are rock crawling, off-roading, and you're cranking that power steering back and forth constantly on those heavy tires, or even just in general too. I mean, even parallel parking can, take a toll on that too, especially if you're cranking it all the way, which is obviously you never really want to try and do is max out your steering. Then definitely look at getting your fluid changed around the same time as your brake fluid. Like I said, about 20 to 30,000 kilometers or about 15 to 20,000 miles, give or take. So, but then again, it comes down to your visual spec of it. I mean, obviously that stuff stinks like crap too. But I 100% recommend switching it to transmission fluid / ATF fluid, calling it a day. Now, to put the conclusion in here for that issue I had, I was running low. I noticed my fluid was down to the low level. I wasn't sure why, but I also noticed my driver's side tie rod boot was kind of wet. And I was like, I hope I'm not looking at a freaking steering rack, because I was like, I know how bad those are for this. So I was like, I do not want that issue. For some reason, we poked a hole in the boot, and there's no fluid that came out, because if we were hoping that came out, then, I mean, that's when I would have had to claim some warranty. But no fluid came out where it was wet for some reason. So I actually have no clue where that fluid went. So it could have just maybe leaked out or what. And here's the real kicker. So after I topped it off, I haven't had a leak since. So I'm not too sure what happened or how it happened. Like, I don't know if the tie rod that I replaced on the, I think it was the inner tie rod on the passenger side, I don't know if that fixed it or what, but I had that inner tie rod done way after, before that power steering leak was even fixed. So I'm not too sure what happened there, but I'm not leaking power steering fluid anymore. So I don't know if it was a fluke or what the heck happened, but just always keep an eye on your fluids, especially if you're an off-roading type, because you do not want to run that fluid low, because if you wreck that power steering rack, oh man. Like, I mean, go watch a Max Powell video. He shows you how to do one, because, I mean, when you're running 35s like he is, or 37s, you're definitely going to put a toll on that. So, and you might have to look at a Tundra steering rack, but those are expensive too. I think those are about $500 US, give or take, or something like that. They're not cheap, but they handle the bigger tires a lot more, because, I mean, Tundras come stock with 33s for crying out loud. So or give or take 33s, I think. So, but yeah, guys. So there's my recommendation on power steering fluid and how often you should change it. If you like this video, please like it and comment below your opinions on all my videos, whether it's all my other videos or my other maintenance videos, whatever it may be. I always appreciate feedback, whether it's good or bad. To me, it's all good because it helps me learn my videos and, you know, do better for you guys and this and that. So all just those little details. I enjoy the little things. Zombieland quote there. So see you later, guys.